हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम वंस अगेन। नाउ आप लोगों ने इस तरह के एसएसबी के कोचिंग के बुक्स और एडवाइसेस देखे होंगे जहां पे लिखा है टैप इनटू 15 years of experience and expertise from qualified expert in psychometric assessment, personality profiling and training of students to do well SSB psychological test. Get access to over 300 original SRT example, go through over 100 original TAT stories and 300 original WAT examples, discover the secret from the conduct and assessment pattern of the psychological test in detail, expert tips to write a great self description. Now, let me ask you something uncomfortable. If ready-made responses really worked in SSB, why so many hardworking, sincere candidates still get rejected? SSB का average clearance is only 3.6%. Why so low clearance rate? I want you to think it over. Today, through this video, I want to show you something that most SSB candidates do not realize. Some of the safest looking SSB preparation methods are actually quietly destroying your originality. वो आपको मैनिपुलेट किया जा रहा है जिसके कारण आपके अंदर जो ओरिजिनलिटी है वो नष्ट हो रहा है. सोच के देखना मैं क्या बोला. Ready-made responses, even though they look simple, but in actual, psychologically, they are highly manipulative. And they slowly kill your originality. सोचना, विचार करना मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. So SSB is not rejecting your efforts. No, it's not. But what is getting rejected is SSB rejecting artificial behavior that you portray there. समझे क्या बोला? And the problem often starts long before you reach even the SSB interview. इस प्रॉब्लम की शुरुआत बहुत समय से शुरू हो चुका है. And it starts with how you are taught to think. आपको जिस तरीके से बताया जाता है कि ऐसा लिखो वैसा लिखो, यही आपके सोचने के क्षमता को डिस्टॉर्ट कर रहा है. So that's a key problem. Under pressure, the mind wants one thing, and that is safety. And you stop thinking and start reproducing, thinking this is the preparation for SSB interview. It is a flaw. Psychologically, it is dependency on coaching. इसको दोबारा देखते हैं. 15 years of expertise, मतलब authority has been transferred from you as the candidate to the expert. मैं expert हूँ, आप मुझे follow करो blindly, है ना? So this is transfer of authority. Next, 300 original SRTs, 100 original TAT story, 100 original WAT responses, expert tip to write great SD. Now all these things are called pattern learning. This is not clarity in thinking, this is pattern learning. इसे रट लो और वहां जाके उगल दो, निगल लो और उगल लो. This is called pattern learning, and this is in the SSB language is called preconceived responses या stereotype responses या coached responses. क्या आपने ये शब्द सुने हैं? अगर सुने हैं तो आप ऑलरेडी जानते हुए अपना नुकसान करा रहे हो. कमेंट लिख के बताना क्या समझ में आया. So SSB psychologists, they do not read your responses in isolation. आपके responses को isolation में नहीं पढ़ते. They read patterns across tests. They check for something called consistency in performance. That's why TAT का assessment weightage 70% है, बाकी तीनों का 10, 10, 10. And they are called conformity tests. So what are they looking for? They're looking for pattern across the test, right? So, and coach patterns may look clean, क्योंकि आप बिल्कुल वही लिख रहे हो जो आपको आपके कोचिंग वाले सर ने लिखा है, बट दे हॉलो, दे एम्प्टी, क्योंकि उसके अंदर आपकी सोच नहीं है. सो व्हेन एवरीवन साउंड्स राइट, नोबडी साउंड्स रियल. मान लो ये बुक जो यहाँ पीछे दिखाया हुआ है, अगर ये 500 लोगों के पास है तो 500 लोग इसके कहानियां रट लेंगे, 100 300 WAT रट लेंगे, SRT रट लेंगे. इसका मतलब एवरीबडी इज साउंडिंग राइट बट नोबडी इज रियल, बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज फेकिंग व्हाट इज रिटन इन द बुक. दिस इज कॉल्ड मास्क. कितना समझ में आया? मास्क मतलब मुखौटा. आप तो हो ही नहीं, जैसे चतुर थ्री इडियट में बोल रहा था. सो यू विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. सो तो आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि साइकोलॉजिस्ट वास्तव में देख क्या रहा है कैंडिडेट में. इट इज लुकिंग फॉर वेरिएशन इन रिस्पॉन्स, नॉट परफेक्शन इन योर रिस्पॉन्स. सो आपको किसी बेस्ट कोचिंग के ओरिजिनल टीएटी लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. जो आपका वो लिखो, उससे आपके वेरिएशन आएगा. नहीं तो एवरी कैंडिडेट विल लुक लाइक फोटोस्टेट कॉपी. I hope you understood that. Next is they are looking for candidates emotional presence in those stories, not emotional absence. जब आप physically, emotionally, intellectually उस घटना में involve ही नहीं होंगे तो आपका presence missing हो जाएगा and you'll simply be writing something that has been taught to you. So you will be missing from that response. कमेंट लिख के बताना क्या समझ में आया. Now, what we want is ownership of your response. You should be accountable for your right, not polish. There is no point polishing the outside when there is no inside. So we want you to take ownership for your responses. But when you memorize these 300 WAT, SRT, SD, they are not yours. You are polishing the outside, not touching the inside. समझ में आया तो मुझे बताना क्या लिखा. A slightly imperfect but honest response tell the psychologist more than a flawless artificial one, written from some borrowed book, coaching ke response. No. So it is okay if you're slightly imperfect, but then it tells you more about you, who you are, how are you thinking, than writing some perfect stories from some books. समझ में आया तो कमेंट लिख के बताना क्या बोला. So मैं तो यहां तक बोलूंगा, ओरिजिनलिटी इज नॉट क्रिएटिविटी. ओरिजिनलिटी इज एक्चुअली ओनरशिप. यू नो व्हाट यू हैव रिटन. So don't worry about creativity. Take ownership for what you write. You are responsible for what you put on the paper, not some XYZ coaching wala. So now let me tell you a hard truth. सुनने में बुरा लगेगा. SSB is not impressed by your correctness. SSB is impressed by your congruence or consistency in performance. So the word to understand is consistency in performance, not correctness in performance, borrowed from some coaching book. Have you understood this? So I want you to reflect that in the name of preparation, are you memorizing your answers? If yes, I want you to pause and rethink. Is this what SSB is actually looking for in a candidate? My answer is no. What is your answer? Think it over. The real preparation should sharpen your awareness. It should broaden your awareness. It should tell you the way you're taking your internal decisions before you write it on the piece of paper, not replacing your thinking and substituting it with some pre-coached responses in the form of TAT, WAT के 300 responses. That will be manipulation of your thinking pattern. समझ में आया तो जरूर बताना. Because in SSB, originality is not an option, it is the test. So if that be the case, I want you to think it over and get back to me with your comments. What have you understood from this video? And based on your comment and feedback on this video, I'll make further videos to bring more clarity into this. And in case you have not already subscribed to the AFOSOP YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it, share it with your friends, press the bell icon, and do post your comments so that it acts as a motivation to me, and I'll continue to make such 500% clarity videos. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.